Is the Calgary real estate market crashing in 2026, or are we just seeing a reset? It might feel dramatic right now, but today I want to break down everything that's happening in the Calgary real estate market. One of the biggest reasons the market feels scary right now is because we're coming off higher than normal price growth compared to the last 10-year trend. When you come down from unusual strong years, any slowdown can feel like a crash. What we're actually seeing is the market leveling out and not falling apart. Prices surged faster than normal over the last few years, and now the market is catching its breath. 2026 described as a year of stability and adjustment. Sales activity is expected to remain slightly longer above average, even though it's lower than the peak years we just experienced. That's important. It tells us buyers are still active, just more selective and strategic. Another key piece, this story is population growth. Alberta is still seeing more people moving here than leaving, and Calgary continues to benefit from that. For 2026, population growth is expected to increase by about 1.3%. That's lower than the urged years, but it's still a positive growth, and that supports ongoing housing demand. So, demand hasn't disappeared, it's just normalizing. On the interest rate side, expectations for 2026 are stability. Rates are expected to remain relatively unchanged, which helps both the buyer and the seller plan more confidence. We're not expecting big shocks, just a little predictability in the lending environment. Detached homes continue to be the most resilient segment in Calgary. For 2026, detached homes prices are expected to see a modest increase of only 0.1%. That might sound small, but in a stabilizing market, holding value is strength. This segment is leveling out, not declining, and continues to benefit from steady demand from families and long-term buyers. Now, let's talk about townhouses. And row homes are sitting at a more balanced and competitive space. Inventory has increased, and buyers are now have more choice, especially competition from the new builds. Pricing in that segment is expectedly remaining flat to slightly soft, depending on location and condition. Now, condos is a different story. We'll be feeling this segment of pressure in 2026. Prices are expected to decline at about 3.5%, largely due to the demand of new builds. There are roughly 17,000 new condos coming to the market next year. That saturation puts real pressure on resale pricing, especially for older units or condos in heavy developed areas. So, to a buyer, this is great. They can get more bang for their buck, but for a seller, it's not great news. It's best to list your condo earlier than later this year so you're not competing against all the other new builds. New home inventory to the rise, and that growth will not stop in 2026. New construction is expected to carry into 2027, which means continued supply is coming along the line. That's great for buyers, but it also means sellers need to price their home very strategically. We will be competing against the new builds. So to sum up 2026, it may feel like the market is crashing, but it really isn't. We're coming off really strong numbers, prices are adjusting, we're not collapsing, we're just going along the 10-year trends. This is a reset and normalization, not a downturn. My name is Sherry Johnston. I'm a local realtor here in Calgary and Airdrie, and I work with buyers and sellers who want clear advice, honest numbers, and a plan that actually fits your situation. I spend a lot of time breaking down the report from Calgary real estate boards so my clients aren't reacting emotionally. They're making confident decisions. If you're wondering how these numbers apply to your home, your condo, or your row home, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to talk you through. And if you found this helpful, make sure you like and subscribe to Calgary and Airdrie updates.